What's one thing you can do now that you couldn't do before? How did you learn to do it? This time around, I'd like to share with you 2 ways of thinking about intelligence. One way suggests a person is born with a certain amount of intelligence, and the other way believes that intelligence is fluid and capable of changing with effort. How do you think about yourself and your students? Let me introduce you to Carol Dweck, a Stanford professor, and her influential book, Mindset. In her book, Dweck explains how her recent research shows that people are not necessarily born with fixed, unchangeable characteristics. Rather, if people believe in their ability to improve and put forth the effort, they are likely to grow. This belief in one's ability to improve is called a growth mindset and means that an individual sees her intelligence and skills as factors that can strengthen over time. On the other hand, individuals can have what's called a fixed mindset for themselves, thinking that their minds and abilities are set in stone. This approach to understanding intelligence strongly applies to students and their perceptions of themselves in school. A student with a fixed mindset is likely to say things such as, "I'm just not that good at this," or "It doesn't matter if I try." They are unlikely to see a connection between effort and success and see themselves as stuck at their current level of achievement. But students who have a growth mindset perception of their skills are more likely to say things like, "I know I can do better next time," and "If I work hard enough, then I can eventually get this." Students with this mindset believe in their ability to improve. They may not be able to do something today, but with the right work and dedication, they will be able to do it someday. As teachers, it's imperative that we teach students how to have a growth mindset for themselves. We don't want our students to believe they are born with certain unchangeable qualities, but rather we want them to understand that their belief and dedicated effort over the long haul will help them to eventually succeed. To help students have a growth mindset, we must first teach them the difference between a fixed and a growth perception of their abilities. We must teach them that what they think and what they say about themselves matters, and thinking and saying growth-oriented things is more likely to lead to real growth. We also want to incorporate goal setting and reflection as part of the learning process. We can help students set realistic learning goals for themselves and to regularly reflect on the strengths, weaknesses, and outcomes of their performance. Also, we can offer opportunities for revision and second chances. If students believe in their ability to do better, we are helping them when we give them an opportunity to prove it. Finally, when we praise students, praise them for their authentic efforts, not for their innate abilities or outcomes. We want our students to see a direct connection between the steps they take to achieve their goal and their eventual outcomes, and this happens when we don't focus on how smart a student is, but rather what actions that student took to achieve success. After all, a student can't change how smart he is, but he can change what actions he takes. Help students picture the long term. Just simply switching mindsets doesn't automatically lead to immediate results. When a student adopts a growth mindset, it means that they're picturing the person they'd like to be and taking advantage of the slow, incremental steps they need to take on a daily basis. If we can facilitate an environment that teaches students to believe in themselves and to cherish the effort it takes to strengthen their abilities in any area, then we have given students what is quite possibly the most powerful lesson of all: to embrace the power of their own potential.